Hey, beauties, and welcome back to the Not Just Another Mom podcast. I am your host, Leslie, and as always, I am so grateful that you are here with me this week. Okay, this is take number two because I was just in the middle of an amazing riff and my phone decided to pop right out of its holder and like jump off the stand. So here we are again. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to post that as like a blooper for everyone to see because it was like, and the nuggets that were in there were so good. I wasn't in there long. I was only maybe like a minute 30 into my podcast episode, but it was so good. So I think I'm gonna have to post that as a blooper reel for the YouTube subscribers because it's absolutely hilarious. So let's dive in. So for me, business and life has been so good lately. And when that happens, when you're feeling in the mojo and the abundance of feeling good, you keep getting popcorn ideas of good things that are going to happen, that you want to do, that you want to improve upon, ideas that you can implement in your business, things that you want to do in your personal life. Like, all the bubbles keep coming and it's amazing. But for me, when this happens, I often get caught up in the overwhelm and the paralysis, and that leads me to doing absolutely nothing at all because I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. But holy effing shit, I have so much to do. I don't even know where to start. And it's in those moments that I realize that I am not grounded in myself. I am not grounded in my business. And it's in those moments that I realize, like, you get caught up in the future versions of yourself. You get caught up in the ideas and the things in your head that you lose your presence. You lose your grounding. And that's what we're going to talk a bit about today is the importance of grounding in your business and in your life, what it can look like for you, how you can do it, and all of that good stuff. So, grounding is a really beneficial practice to get into, especially in your business and in your life. It A lot of people are either stuck in the past and always talking about what happened back then, and or the complete opposite is true, they're stuck in the future, constantly looking to when the next best thing is going to come for them. And when this happens, then I'll be finally happy. But we forget about the moment and the now, the present. That's why they call it a present, because it is a gift. And when we're constantly torn between those two states, the past and the future, we are not actually in the moment. And so, this is why grounding is so important, because when we're stuck in the past and we're stuck in the future, or either or bouncing back and forth, we this is when our anxiety spikes up. This is when our overwhelm creeps in because there's so much that you want to do, so much that you want to create, so much that of excitement that it's like, oh, your mind begins to think that you have to do it all right now. And that's not the case. You don't have to do it right now. But they're ideas for your future. And when you're stuck in the past, that anxiety and depression almost can consume you and keep you stuck there. You're stuck in both places. You're stuck in the overwhelm, you're stuck in the anxiety and the depression because you're not in the present. And when you're in the present, it frees you from this moment or from all of that. It allows you to take a breath, get centered, and then move forward and take the necessary next action step for you. So what does this look like? For me as an entrepreneur, grounding is one of the most beneficial practices that I do in my business. It allows you to just settle in and take that breath, take that time to center yourself, and then move about your day from there. So, is a practice that you can do daily. It's a practice that you can do in the moment when you need it, and it's something that you can do with very little tools. So, some of the best and easiest practices for grounding are just connecting to your breath. That is by far the easiest one. Just take a moment, do a big inhale and exhale, and do that for a few seconds until you feel your body beginning to shift. In those moments of the overwhelm and the anxiety that begin to creep in when you're stuck in the past and when you're stuck in the future or future thoughts, it allows you to view things from a much simpler perspective. And when you ground, that is part of the beauty. You're able to see clearly what you actually need to do next. You're able to make room for that intuitive guidance to come into your mind. Because when your mind is so clouded with all these ideas and brilliant things that are coming in for your business, it helps, or your intuition can often get clouded and not heard in those moments because you've got so many things coming in. So, that is the beauty of grounding in your business, especially. It allows you to see more clearly what you need to do next. So, breath work is one of the easiest things to do. Barefoot walking. So, walking on Mother Earth in your grass, at the beach. And like, how many times do people go to the beach and feel so relaxed after? 90% of the time, 99% of the time you're at the beach, you don't have shoes on. That is the effects of grounding and or earthing or earth walking, whatever you want to call it. But being barefoot on the earth's surface helps to bring you down. Because when you're stuck in the moments of past and future, you're sort of up here in your mind and you're almost floating, but when you walk barefoot, it brings you back down to the earth. It brings you back into that present moment. It also helps when you walk barefoot on the earth, it helps to expel negative ions from your body. It picks up the free radicals from Mother Earth, from Gaia, and it turns those, like, it gets rid of the excess, or maybe it's positive ions, I don't know. It's something along those lines. I don't know the exact technical terms, but I just know that it works. So, if you are available here in Canada, it can be a little tricky to walk barefoot in the middle of winter. So, another one of my favorite exercises to do is to do a breathwork visualization to help ground. And what you do is actually, we'll just take you through it right now. Take an inhale and then exhale. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Feeling your body already settling just with the tree root or with that breath, feeling it calming. Even talking the way I just noticed that like I was getting caught up in the energy of it and it almost felt a bit chaotic. So this is helping to ground me. So connecting to your breath, inhale, exhale, feeling your muscles relax and imagining tree roots coming out from underneath you. So if you're in your house, like it depends how detailed you want to get in your visualization, either visualizing yourself in a scene from nature or just where you are, imagining tree roots coming out from underneath you and going deep into the earth. So going through those first few layers of soil and then remembering all those layers we learned about in geography class. I always imagine the center of my Mother Earth with a giant, beautiful crystal layer. So I always take a moment to admire those. And then going down to the very center, taking those tree roots with you. If you have trouble knowing what you're quote unquote supposed to do, just use your imagination and pretend that you see tree roots going through all these layers. That is my like visualization hack is just pretend. Because when you're pretending, it adds more fun and then it allows you to um, just be. And you're doing it right because there is no wrong way. Anyway, there's a little side hustle or side riff. So, imagining those tree roots going all through those layers of the earth until you get to the core. So, think of how deep that is. And then taking your tree roots and tying them in a giant knot around the core. And then feeling the energy of Mother Earth, noticing the difference between her energy and yours, because they'll be vibrating at slightly different rates. Noticing those differences. And then bringing Mother Earth's energy up with you. Feeling the energy coming up. And again, just using your imagination. What would it be fun for the energy to look like? Maybe it's got a color, maybe it's got a texture, maybe it's sparkly. Use your imagination and just allow it to be. Bringing that energy up through those roots you rooted all the way down. And then bringing Mother Earth's energy up through your feet. Feeling it going through your feet, coming up through your shins and calves, coming up through your knees, your thighs, into your hips, into your abdomen area and around your back, coming up through your diaphragm and chest and around your back, up into your shoulders, feeling that pull from Mother Earth, sort of pulling you closer to the earth, feeling a bit more heavy, taking that energy down through your arms, out through your wrists and hands, taking that energy up through your neck, around your head, and up through the crown of your chakra. Your crown chakra, that is. Feeling the difference of yourself from when you first started listening to this podcast to now. You feel much more calm, able to tackle what you need to do next. Your thoughts are no longer scattered, and you're able to think through things quicker and more efficiently. So essentially, what you've just done for your body is close the 12 million browsers you have open on your internet and started fresh. You still know those things that you have to do for your business and for your life, but it's just allowed you to be in this present moment, allowing you to take that next right step for yourself and for where you're going. And when you apply these principles in your business, it's impossible for that overwhelm to creep up. It's impossible for you to do that. So, other things that you can do to ground yourself, meditation, any visualization usually helps to ground you. There are certain essential oils that you can use as well, and crystals. So, I would love to know what your favorite way of grounding yourself is, or if this is something new for you. Let me know. Leave a note in the comments below, and I would love to hear what your experience is. Thank you so much for tuning in this week, you guys, and we will see you next week.